Hello and welcome. Yig here. We are back with yet another Zombie Slayers again. This just got a major update and it changed all of the meta stuff, added a bunch of new abilities, and it's very cool, so we're going to check that out and I'll show you about it. If you have not seen this game, this is a survivor style game where you are survivors, a squad of survivors fighting against the zombies till the morning. So if you like the gameplay you see here, there will be a link to the Steam page in the description if you want to help the channel grow. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. All right, let's jump in there. Now for upgrades, we have a bunch of stuff. We have our Zombiepedia, which tracks just about everything here, which is, you know, normal. Achievements that lets you do... I haven't got all of them, but I've got a pretty good chunk of them. Those give you some stuff. We have all the relic unlocks and stuff. I don't know if there's any that I'm actually missing on that one. Now, here's where everything changed. Used to be there was just a general tree and you had a bunch of points to put in it. Now there's a whole bunch of... each character has a screen and there's a general screen, and the general screen has been changed. One thing I want to do a quick point out on this one is that within the columns you have unlocked, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can put points into whichever one of these you want. You don't have to like start up here to work your way down or anything like that. You just need to put points into it. So if you have something you're looking for, you can get it that way. Now, what I do want to show you is what I think is one of the most interesting add-ons in this. And I've been maxing these out. I've been trying out all their individual trees. They have a new higher levels now, which allows them to have more skill stuff going on. They have these, which are run changing sort of big boosts like this. Weapon attack speed, multi-movement speed, and you know, it's only a 2 out of 5 there. But these down here have been really awesome. Now, these are basically synergies with other characters, and I just unlocked... I think I have one more to unlock, but I've been unlocking them all, and they are very strong. Now, if you played before this update, you'll probably feel a touch weaker at first, but you're going to get strong fast. I'm getting all of these. These things do so many cool stuff. Like, every one of these is extremely strong from my experiences. Well, let's see. I think I've got them unlocked with everyone now, which is good because that was what I was shooting for. And we even have some spare points. So you're going to get a lot of points in here. So this is basically each character has theirs. You also have an overall general one, as they say. And that's your upgrades. So, starting out, we have all of these characters. They all level individually. They used to only be the person you picked would level up. Now, everybody who gets used in the mission levels up, but only from the point that you saved them. So, if you start with him, he's going to get the most experience. So, you pull her next, she's going to get the second most. And then you pull this guy, he's going to get a little bit farther distant from there. So, that's kind of how that works. Each of these characters has a set of stats you can see here. They're unlocked. Some of them are unlocked through here. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone who's still leveling through that part. But as you're starting out, you'll start gaining abilities in these trees and different things that you can unlock. And then your upgrades for those actually feed into that. So we're going to take... I really want to take somebody cool and flashy. And I'm going to take Huntress. Now, here's where I'm going to actually play for the synergy here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go here. We're going to go, I believe it's Engineer. Yeah, so we're going to do Engineer. We're going to do Huntress if possible. And spawns a saw blade around circling the trap. I don't know what that is, but we'll do it. What does Engineer have elsewise? Oh, he has that? Yeah, no. We'll do him. I haven't played with that guy. That's one of the characters I haven't used a lot, but have gotten a lot of levels with since I've been upgrading. So we're going to be Huntress, Engineer, plus Tank, hopefully. All right, once you've picked out your character, you have a couple of different levels. There's more characters. As you notice, there were blanks for 2 more characters at least. Here we have a couple different levels. We're going to go with the Isolated City. It's the easiest, and it makes it the easiest for me to talk. There are 5 different game modes per map. I have not finished these 3 on, I don't think, any map, honestly. I don't think I might have finished... I may have finished hardcore on one, but I'm not sure. I don't think I have. So, default, though, is going to work for us because it's a 20-minute run. These are those patches I was telling you about that in the character upgrade screens. You don't have to have that character out to use these. They get equipped right here, and they affect your run. So this is XP. a little bit of armor and health. I like the health regen. There's a lot of ways to get this. If you used to play, medic used to be like super needed in a lot of cases. Not as much anymore because there's a lot of ways to get health regen. She's still really good though. Crit chance. So as you can see, there's going to be 3 difficulties. I haven't unlocked this to see if it unlocks this or if this is unlocked later on. Still not far enough into all the trees to kind of make it through without really good gameplay, and I have not been really good gameplay because I have been tired. All right, I apologize that it took like 5 minutes to get into the game. The patch is that system, so I kind of wanted to make sure you saw the whole thing, especially if you played the game before, because it is a huge monumental like big patch, getting very close to release, and that is a complete redesign of like all of their systems. So it works real well. Okay, we're gonna go, normally I will dump everything into the character's weapon at first, but I really like this arrow rain a lot. So I'm gonna grab that first because military training is what that is. If you get 4 of them, there's a little bit of an error with that, by the way. If you get 4 early in the games, later in the game it seems to scale up to like 5 or 6 sometimes, but it still says out of 4. I don't think it's intentional. That's it's gonna spawn a saw blade around my bear traps. Oh, that'll be so good. Oh, that's gonna be so nice. Oh, look at all that XP. All right, it would be nice if it would give me more upgrades, but we'll just go ahead and keep taking the arrow rain for now. I don't want to really use up my rerolls quite this early. I like to have a decent amount of rerolls later in the game, because sometimes later, especially when I get to, I find rerolls are a little more important on the military training and sometimes the chests than they are this screen, because usually you'll get something you want in this screen, and but sometimes, like in the chests, because of the way the sort of the items you get in chests work, sometimes they have drawbacks and stuff, and that might not be right for your build, and you can actually get too many. You can get enough that you're stuck with it sometimes. All right, arrow penetration is really good, but as long as we're already pumping that thing up, it takes out a lot of people. So, all right, yeah, we're gonna keep that up for the moment. We'll have everything by the end of this one, which isn't too bad. We just gotta get our other peoples, and since we know who we want, and we're trying to get people. We might need some for that. All right, let's get our bow up there, because I'd really like to have us into the. I want to try the. I always use the explosive bow, so I figured I'd try the other one this time. They also rebalanced a lot of things, and it runs a lot smoother. I will put a little tiny asterisk on that. I did have what felt like about. I had something going that had a lot of projectiles and a lot of things going. I kind of want this. I really do. But we take potato. We always take potato. Hey! Oh, they spawn near you now, by the way, instead of like all the way across the map. All right, so you are neither of the people. And neither are you. And neither are you. And hey, we got one. I was hoping for the other one, but we got one. All right, let's see. Now, this is military training. Military training is actually really cool because it is either a survivor specific, and I'll show you what that means in just a second. I think we're going to take this, or we'll take this, but I'm going to show you this. Actually, we might take that pickup range, because pickup range in this game is really good. So normally when you pick a survivor one, you have to pick who gets it, but that's not always a bad thing, because the bonuses are usually fairly substantial. So like you might take him with his minigun, and you might put a bunch of crit on him and have an on-crit effect going from your chest items that does something. So being able to funnel it all to one guy and it being fairly large means you get more value out of those than sometimes you would if it was a small team thing. All right, so we're gonna take the dodge chance, because usually the dodge chance this game, you will get hit. You do have to have life. You do have to have some form of something going on, otherwise you're gonna get hit. All right, let's get our first saw blade. They upgraded the saw blade drone. There are new evolutions for almost all of the skills. I think maybe all the skills have evolutions at this point. I don't remember, but yeah, our arrow rain is now we're going to go with this. So it has an evolution now. One evolution that makes it drop like, I think, one big old giant arrow. And then the other evolution makes the area bigger. And it feels like about every once in a while I get one that'll just fire off one. It's supposed to be two all the time, I think. But sometimes there's rounding errors and things. And that's not too bad. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I want to do the drone. I want to get the saw blade drone up because I want to show you because this thing's awesome. They made this. I always liked the saw blade drone, but it would kind of start losing oomph towards the end of a run. Runs are only 20 minutes, by the way. I'm going to try and keep the choices down to a semi-minimum, so this entire video is not menu simulator. So, yeah, the runs are fairly short, which is really nice. Sometimes I want I'm trying to get together a run where I get to use all the crystals. And I think I might have done it in the last one, but I don't know. There might be one crystal, and I'll show. Hopefully we'll see one of the crystals, so you'll know what I'm talking about in a moment. There's a bunch of things that all rely on other stats, and these crystals, and it's from the item chest, and it's very interesting. I want to get everything here because if I can activate the synergies early, that's really nice. Like when we get the other guy and her synergy activates, it's crazy. Oh, but we're going to need to upgrade a lot of things. All right, let's see. Has our SOS shown up yet? It has not. They spawn so close to you, sometimes I don't realize they spawn because I'm used to seeing like a green arrow or a yellow arrow. But sometimes now they spawn so close to you, it's like... I actually like that. Okay, yeah, we're due for our next survivor here any moment now. We'll go ahead and take multi-shot, start upgrading her bow. Yeah, so in here you can get these... There's three different colors, I believe, but it might be four. I had all of them on one of my runs, and it seemed pretty good. The way they add up actually ends up being really good at the end, but I think we're going to... we might take that. It's an overall upgrade, but it's not great. It's going by these numbers, so you see, like, for us, it would be 2 of these, so 2%, 4%, and 6%. It's not great, but it's not bad either, and it'll get better as we go. All right, let's see here. Weapon attack speed, I would like you to have that, sir. Because he has a minigun that we're gonna build into. And that thing, if you get it going fast enough and you get the item upgrade from the last box that we just got there. Alright, let's be on the lookout for our little SOS survivor guy. You can get one that doubles the ammo and a bunch that increase the fire rate really good. And it just starts mowing everything down. Absolutely fantastic. We might not have a lot of elemental on this one, so we may end up not replacing that crystal fairly early, unless we get lucky. Well, actually, no, we will have it, because his stuff is going to count. There's an upgrade that is cool. The visual on this upgrade is just absolutely bonkers great. Okay, let's get his shotgun upgraded. Right now, he's using a double barrel that he replaces after every shot. That does not seem like a double. Unless he's unloading both barrels at once. Also, the model is a pump action. But we upgraded to the pump action soon, so it's okay. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. I want to see okay. So here's one of our... Maybe it's the other trap. Let's see if it's the other trap. I thought there was going to be a saw blade rotating around that. I want to test all of these synergies, because I know one of them, the one between her and the engineer, is absolutely crazy. Like, it's super crazy. Let's see. Shotgun. Oh, sir, if you could just die for me, I would appreciate it. That military training. Yeah, this game is really fun, and all of the stuff comes around here in a pretty substantial way. And I do like that they've kind of given themselves the ability to use bigger upgrades for your stuff because they limit it to one person. That I feel like that allows them to do things that are a little stronger with those, which is cool. I'm sorry, I keep saying that I'm going to be like quick through these menus, and then I'm talking the whole time instead of just going, oh, this one, oh, this one, oh, there's our chest. Let's grab our chest. I feel like we skipped a cycle for that. I wonder. We should probably do this or this. This will give us a free reroll on every screen, but this is give us much better military training. So I think we'll go for that, especially since we're about to go up in military training the next time we grab one. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Give me... Oh, I was wondering about the XP thing. So when I was looking at the XP, it was like my first survivor was only the first one I ran. My first survivor was the one I started with had 39,000 experience. The second one I picked had 36, but my third one had 28. And I think I just figured it out. I think what it does is it skips the first one after this. So it's almost, so the duration is like 2. There we go. There's our engineer. There's our hookup. We are in it to win it now. There's our military training. See, now with that item, we got 2 of these. Armor's really good. Armor's probably one of the better ones. Dodge and armor work really well together, but armor itself is like if you just want to make sure you make it through. You can get a healthy amount of regen from those chest upgrades. So basically it's really easy to just kind of build out your defense through like dodge, and sometimes dodge doesn't work as well. This right here. So we're going to get all these flavors, which is great because it's going to go up as we go too. And what we need to do is get those to 3s, which I think he'll be able to do by himself. Also, I love the fact that our saw blades are now, that they now appear to be Christmas lights. We're bringing joy and cheer to the zombies everywhere. They have a lot more damage too, so they're super useful. Like I said, before they were great in the beginning of the game because they would just sort of act as like a lawnmower around you, which is never a bad thing. But they would also, they would putter out towards the end because their damage kind of stopped growing. Even if you were adding a lot of overall damage to you, the starting damage, the damage scaling wasn't very good, so it wasn't much more than the starting damage. Now they scale much better, which is really nice. Okay, let's take that. Pump action shotgun number 1. Okay, now we can fire more than one shot before we run out of ammo. And that makes our shotgun way better. Single shot. Perfectly fine for hunting, not so much for zombies. Grab electrocution. I want to try and grab all of the abilities as soon as possible because some of them do interact, and like I said, they have the synergies going on now, so you get some cool stuff that will end up happening. All right, let's see what we get here. Oh, this is probably pretty good. By the way, this is, since we now have basically a limited number of slots here, this one actually ends up being really good as long as you pull it within like basically these first 4, because you can get rid of it later, and you will, and you get plenty of them, so you can just grab the extra for this. We're actually going to take this though, because these 2 are probably my 2 favorite to take at the beginnings. This one gives us extra damage based on the number of SOSs. So from here on out, every SOS we do up to 5, we get 10% extra damage, and that really helps us make it through the game fast. Look at the saw blades. They just did work on him. Like, they do so much better now than they were doing. And there's some really cool stuff. Like, everything's just, we're good. I'm trying to figure out what this synergy is. What triggers it? Because there's a synergy that she has. It basically, like, launches 1,000,000 arrows from the sky like that. I'm trying to figure out which one it is, though. Yeah, the synergies and stuff, they seem like they're pretty strong. Every run that I've had with characters who had some synergy, the abilities did their interesting things, and they seemed really strong. So I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, so if I lead you guys over here... Yeah, come over here. Step on this trap. I want to see something. What does it look like when the bear trap goes off? I've never actually seen... I can't... Guys, you gotta step on the bear trap. No, you're supposed to step on the bear trap. We might want to get pickup range. There's one that was happening earlier that I really liked, and the graphic is what I really liked on it. It might be an evolution of her arrow rain. Yeah, let's upgrade the bombings. That's another one I don't really play with too often. So being able to play with those is really fun. This is altogether way smoother. It runs smoother, except if you have like I had an eternal run going that I may have pushed a little too hard into the fire rate. It seemed to be attacking the frame rate. So that was playing on the eternal mode, which I think any of these games you can't really design around. And eternal modes will always have bugs because you're just not really designed to. I don't think there's an engine out there that's designed to have a billion projectiles on the screen. All right, let's see. You know, I do like that. I do like boxing gloves. Boxing gloves are real good. Boxing gloves make it so it takes you a little bit longer for the small guys, but man, it takes it a lot less time for the big guys. All right. We are on our way. Sure, let's zombie decoy it up. I need to get her arrow rain up and see if we can see if there's another upgrade for it. All right. Yeah, without a dash or anything, and there's no patterns to the waves that I've been able to discern, you kind of have to build to be able to take some damage, because you're always going to take a little bit of damage. All right. Yeah, everything plays smoother, everything runs smoother. I don't know if they did anything to the graphics. There might be some small changes from them, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, everything's running. And we've covered this before. This game is super fun. Like, you get good runs going that are just, everything just goes bonkers. And then, like, like this mine will be some of these mines later will probably be as big as the area that the arrow rain takes up now. And that's one of the cool things in my opinion on this one is it's like they definitely are not afraid to let you go a little crazy at the end, but they do give you a challenge. Like if you go to the new area, the newest area, Green Hell, is harder. Each area, subsequent area is harder, which should not surprise anyone. Let's go bear trap. One of the things about it though is that it's significantly harder, like unexpectedly so. So you'll be like, oh, no problem. You take one group of people, you jump into this area, and you plow through it, and you make it without an issue. And then you go over to Green Hell, and you're down in like 12 minutes. Like I was surprised at how distinctly harder it is. Then there's a lot of reasons for that, which I will 100% let you find out yourself. Let's see. Arrow? Do we want more arrows? Okay, this is one we do have to go. Do we want more damage or more arrows? I think we want more damage. And we're going to put it on the Huntress. I was tempted to do the more arrows. Because technically that is more damage, but not like straight more damage. All right. Oh, there's our next chest. Yeah, see, we should be at 20% on that SOS one at this point. So that should work pretty well. Damage reroll. Magnets. Burns. Reroll. That could be good. We have a lot of status specs, so that actually probably be pretty good. That should give us a pretty decent bonus to our damage, because we have some statuses from here. We have statuses here, there, everywhere, all status everywhere. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'll work out pretty nice. Especially with the saw blades, because the saw blades are going to be able to apply, if they hit it enough themselves, they have the potential to apply 3 different statuses themselves, so at 10% each. That's a pretty good chunk of damage. Is it 10% or 20%? I think it might have been 20. That's a like it, and then since it's a damage on, since it's a multiplier on the incoming damage, that means that it takes everything that we can throw at it, which is nice. Oh yeah, you can see where that guy's health started out. I wouldn't call it slow going down, but it did start out a little bit slower. Explosive arrows. Ah, dang. I was going to use ice arrows. I did it again. No! Someday I will try the ice arrows again. Someday. The little laugh it does every time I throw it out makes me feel like I should be looking around the map for like a little treasure goblin. Like it reminds me of the Diablo treasure goblin sort of noise. Yeah, that thing's really good. Where's our SOS at? Let's go rescue this person so we can get more damage. Let's start pumping up that electro turret. Where do I get that thing big? Alright. Alright. I would like... Yeah, we're doing. We got everything going pretty well. Get some more mines. We got rockets. We got everything falling out of the sky. There's one item that I was using earlier that was giving me cooldown reduction, and I had a bunch of all the characters I had short cooldowns on all their abilities, and oh my god, it was cooldown reduction on crit, and I was just constantly shooting off abilities, just non-stop. They were all ones that had short cooldowns already, so it wasn't like, crazy, but yeah, it did really feel nice. 15% to reduce its next cooldown by half. We do have a couple of longish ones, but that's only 15%. Sorry, this one I do need to look at. Let's see. Magnets. We didn't get more magnets. Okay, but we will take that. Because at least for now, that'll be really nice. If it pulls in money, training data, and everything else. Ooh, ability area. And we give it to the Huntress so that the rain of arrows is ever larger. Look at that thing. That is amazing. Amazing! Right, whoop. Had to sit up. Hopefully, there's like about... I'm literally like about 5 games right now that I'm trying to get in here, and every day that I try to record, there's like 3 or 4 more games that have either updated or came out that I want to play. And a lot of those are like this, so I'll show up off on the channel. But yeah, it's been very busy. And there's some that I just want to do videos on where it's like something interesting. Like honestly, the one I spoke about in the last video, electrocution or bombing strike. That's right, because I've never upgraded the bombing strike past there. In the last video, I was talking about that. Like people are kind of a little more okay with card style games now. It's not always my thing, and I know it's not always everybody else's thing, but kind of in 2022, it wasn't so much that most people associated with like Slay the Spire or like complicated deck building where you needed to do synergies and all this stuff. And Marvel's Avenging Sons is a really good deck builder game. Ooh, bioweapon. We could get one more flavor. Bear Trap Fire. That'll give us our extra fire. We need 2 more on fire. Let's go Bear Trap Fire. All right. But yeah, the Marvel's Midnight Suns game goes on sale like all the time for about $20. $25 I think for the Everything Edition. And it is, I would genuinely say it's a AAA card deck builder with I think it does a lot, because it also has like a social system with the other characters, sort of almost a little bit Persona-esque. And the game covers a lot of ground. Ooh, Bombing Strike Supercharged sounds kind of impressive. Drops EMP bombs dealing electrical damage. Okay, that doesn't sound like a bad thing, but we do have a lot of kinetic damage, so we may not do that one. All right, let's up our electrical turn here. So yeah, but it is like a really, really good card builder with a really interesting combat system. And I think a lot of people were like, oh, it's a card builder from the guys who made. People were expecting it's Fear Axis, which are the people who made like XCOM, and I think people expected XCOM, which is kind of a weird thing. Interesting. Tempting, but at this late in the game, we don't really go for that. We'll just reloads our weapon, grants us 20% cooldown reduction for 10 seconds, and that's an elite or a boss. That's going to be going pretty often because we kill a lot of elites. Hey, magnet power up. Yay! Supercharge that bomb. EMP, that's the same one. Let's get our pump shotgun here. Let's upgrade our minefield. We're going to go with building up and outwards. We're going to go with more abilities, more better. Armor regen or health? I think we need... Let's grab a little bit of health. Oh. So yeah, it's like a very, very, very well done deck builder. And the combat system itself is very interesting. But I think a lot of people were expecting something very different from this game than what it came out. Because you got the XCOM guys, so you kind of figure it must be like XCOM. And it was not. But it is a really good game, and it has a really cool, like, the story's fun to go through, and so that's that one. I want to get that one, and I want to get the other Pathfinder game, because there are literally, I've shown 2 of them so far, but there are literally like 3 or 4 Pathfinder roguelites in existence. 2 of them are contained within the Pathfinder RPG games, and one of them is a standalone, which is Gallowspire. Let's see. I know you really want me to take you, but I haven't decided yet. Yeah, Gallowspire Survivors, and then you got both of the Pathfinder games have a roguelite mode, which makes me super hopeful that someday we may get a Warhammer Rogue Trader roguelite mode. I would love that. That would be like that would just make me so happy. Especially in RPGs like that, like little roguelite modes in RPGs like that are really fun because you can, if you're one of those people who has a like, I have builditis, I'm gonna make 50 different characters because I have 100 different character ideas in my head, and I'm gonna spend more time on the character creation screen than anywhere else in the game because I can't decide. Hey, there's our minigun, because I can't decide which way I want to go. Yeah, see, if we double that guy right there, if we double that guy's magazine with one of our chest upgrades. And then we follow that up with some damage upgrades from the damage or crit upgrades from the military training. That thing goes crazy, and it will just wreck everything. There's our magazine clip, and we have let's see. We could downgrade our military training. I think I might have to say goodbye to Potato. I don't normally say goodbye to Potato because Potato is important, but today we will have to. Because we want that extra ammo. That extra ammo is going to let him fire forever. Oh, bioweapon? Yeah, we do bioweapon. Okay, there we go. Now we have a little poison on the field, too. Which, even if we don't get 3 still stacks to get the buff for, it's still going to have an additional effect. So we'll get that bonus that we had for the 20% for each status effect. See, by the end of shrapnel, nice. The taunting's hilarious. We should do that though. I don't know. I mean, they're zombies, so I guess that's how that works. But I feel like anything that gets taunted into a landmine. But yeah, they're zombies. Zombies don't think. Zombies are very often portrayed as just chasing noise. All right, let's see. We could get that armor. We're almost at the end of the round though, so we're probably gonna reroll one more time here just to see. You know what? We'll do a weapon damage on him, and that'll at least soften everything up as we get there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Upgrade that a couple times. That'll keep us alive until our clock hits 20. Yeah, see, that'll give us an extra status effect too when if we get any real heavy elites. Because sometimes, like, especially as you go up in levels, these big guys will start doing extreme damage. In the endless mode, at about 27... let's see. With no health upgrades, I want to say it was about 27 to 29 minutes in when the boss, one of these guys charging through me, just deletes me. But that's also with no health upgrades and anything like that. Not even that patch that I had on there. I think you could probably take 2 to 3 hits if you're paying attention and you realize it, and make sure you don't get hit hit again before you give yourself a little time in the regen. Yeah, it goes, but it does. It gets real hard. Look at the size of that arrow rain. That is amazing. We did do. It's just gigantic. Oh, hey, military training. All right, explosive arrows. I kind of wish the arrow rain would take the properties of your main attack. That'd be kind of cool. So if you did the ice arrows, you would have like an ice arrow rain. And if you did the explosion, maybe an explosion arrow rain. Probably had a reduced damage if it was something like that, but that'd be kind of cool. I wonder how that'd be a pretty cool graphic, spell graphic. Let's see what the the electric current has a really cool upgrade now too. It has it like the other thing. It has a taunt upgrade. So it can just make people angry for you. We'll skip that. We've got a good set of items, and we don't have any items that are involved in other items. So, that are involved in attaining other items, I should say. So we don't have anything to exchange yet, although some of them are probably of questionable value at this point. At this late, you're not really... Whatever item I got wouldn't really be doing much for the next 55... No, for the next 6 seconds. More minigun. We will take more minigun. Yay! We got all our money from that one. Ooh, electrocution. Dun, 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 dun. The night of day has come. Goodbye. Oh, hey, that guy had a name over his head for a second. Did you see that? That was weird. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that before. He had a little name for a second. Interesting. All right. See, so yeah, this is the cool part, right? Like I said, see how close those two are, and then that third one? I noticed that when I was playing the first one. But yeah, you get these two pretty quick, and then you get this one a little ways, but they all get an XP, which is so cool because it means you can just level up everybody in your squad and be able to have your whole squad ready to go. And now, thanks to the run I did earlier, plus this, you got to see what this game's like during one of your runs when you have a fairly okay amount. I would say I'm about probably about a 25 to 30% of the way through on that. So that, and these, probably even less, honestly. Probably no more than 20. So there's a lot of meta progress now in here. This was always a fun game, but now it has a whole bunch of more goals and things to do. So again, if you like the way this gameplay looked, there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description. If you want to help the channel out, just subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you come back for the next one. And most of all, I hope you have a great day.